We're live in 10 seconds. Right reasons. Everybody grab your virtual seats and let's kick today's episode off with right reasons being welcomed here on the Kim Jacobs Show. All right, everyone. I am here live with Right Reasons. How are you today?
I'm doing great. Fantastic. Good morning.
You had me back here. I'm sweating because I'm listening to some Andy Mineo, all that stuff. So I was like, hey, y'all couldn't tell me nothing. I was back here vibing for a minute, right? You didn't know I could roll like that, did you?
Nah, I see you, though. I see you.
All right, everyone. Listen, welcome to this episode of the Kim Jacobs Show. And today I have Right Reasons here with me. And we're going to learn more about that name in today's broadcast. But go ahead and grab your virtual seats, tag your friends, your family, your coworkers, any young people that you know are out here looking for right reasons, to do some things better in their lives that may have need some encouragement, may need to know how they can overcome some things. We're talking with Right Reasons about overcoming childhood trauma today, right here on the Kim Jacobs Show. And he's going to take us through his personal journey. I do believe that it's going to help so many people. So go ahead and invite everyone you know to today's episode. Let's get this show started now. Hi, I'm Kim Jacobs, the Balance Doctor. Thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of the Kim Jacobs Show. Be sure to subscribe to the Kim Jacobs Show right on YouTube. Turn on your notification bell to all so you never miss a beat. And guess what? Every time you watch, you're going to receive a real relevant and relatable guest that's going to share with you a piece of the puzzle on this journey called life that will help you be able to manage just a little bit smoother. At the end of the day, the Kim Jacobs Show goal is to be able to provide balance to the world, one household at a time.
Kim Jacobs Show. You're watching Kim Jacobs Show.
Yes, everyone, it is the Kim Jacobs Show, and I'm here with Right Reasons. Listen, do you realize that nearly 35 million U.S. children have experienced one or more type of childhood trauma? Almost half the nation's children have experienced at least one or more type of serious childhood trauma, according to a new survey on adverse childhood experiences by the National Survey of Children's Health. So this is a startling statistic, nearly 35 million people. So this is not something that, it doesn't happen. I can't believe this person's coming out trying to share their story. Everyone has some type of story to share. And this young man, Right Reasons, is going to be sharing his today right here on the Kim Jacobs Show. He is a spoken word artist, motivational speaker, studio recording artist, an actor, a graphic designer, and an at-risk youth counselor. Welcome, Right Reasons. How are you today?
I'm doing fine. I'm doing good. I'm good. That intro was crazy, by the way. That intro, I like that.
You like that? Yeah, one of our church members, her name is Shayla Faulkner. Anybody that has ever heard Shayla Faulkner sing, she sounds amazing. So she's like all into it. I'm like, go girl. That's the show intro right there. I love it. I love it. Listen, I don't know your story personally myself, and I kind of wanted it that way because then I could really go on this journey with you myself. So take us back to where some things all began for you in your childhood and tell us what you want us to know. Did you share this with your friends as well from my personal Facebook page?
I'm doing it from my phone right now. But I did share. I shared the flyer, shared it on my story, Snapchat, Instagram. It got great results. It got like 60 reactions to it.
Okay. You got all about your statistics, huh?
I can't see everybody on here, but
don't worry about that because then it'll mess the whole broadcast up. So let's just talk. Take us back to your childhood, and before you take us back, why Right Reasons? What is that about?
All right, so the actual name, Right Reasons. So just starting off, I had two other names before. So the name I've had before was G Wade, that's whenever I was initiated into the organization Gangster Disciples. That was way back when I was like 12, 13, 14 years old there. And then my name changed from G-Wade to Jesus Kid. So in that era, I had got out of prison and I changed my name to Jesus Kid because, of course, I was trying to, stay on the right path or whatever. But Jesus Kid was kind of prideful, not kind of like he was prideful. It wasn't about Jesus. Then it went from being Jesus Kid to D-Wade the Christian when I went back to prison. And God gave me the scripture about, not being ashamed to be a Christian. I had to go back to prison and be a Christian in a place where I once was an organization leader and member. So it was one of the toughest things I probably ever did in my life. And what it did was it moved me out of the way, moved my pride out of the way. And it kind of, I don't want to say forced me to be, but it was more accountability to be who God called me to be and to put it into play, put it into practice. People that normally would ignore the word of God. That's why I was a Christian at. And then it went from that to where I got out. I was trying to do things in the school system. I was trying to do it in other places just besides the church as well, because church is not the only place where people need to hear about God's name or, the testimony that I have. So the name D-Wade the Christian for the schools, I always got this speech, or then some didn't want to deal with me because the name was kind of controversial to other people's religions and beliefs. And I said, God, I need a name. Like, I need a name. Like, I need you to give me something that's going to make sense and as complex as I am. So the people that have been like a fan of me for years, they know that. And when I used to write spoken word, you didn't really understand what I was saying because I used to kind of write in parables. Like I would say, always have analogies, but they'd be like, what are you talking about? So when you see the name Right Reasons, of course, right is I write because I'm a spoken word artist. But the reasons part is the dopest part I feel about my name. And the reasons is R3ASONS. So of course it's right reasons. And then I would do things for the right reasons. And then it's right to the third power. Then the three in my name stands for three people that I lost in love. They are the reason why I do what I do. It stands for three times that I almost lost my life. And furthermore, a reason to do right things the right way. Then the three also stands for the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit.
What? Okay, y'all, listen. Oh, what? We're going to start the show off like that? You mean to tell me we're going to start? Okay, so yes, Shannon, I see you backstage grabbing that orange juice. Everybody need to grab their beverage of choice. Let me see what I got over here that I'm working with in this cup. I'm working with a little bit of ice water because
8 minutes in.
I need to cool down. Okay, listen, everybody. We're going to give you 30 seconds because you had no clue. Alexa, power off. You had no clue who you were going to be hearing today. So it's hard to determine if you want to share the broadcast, if you want to even invite people that's your buddies. You don't know. But now this young man, Right Reasons with 3 in it, and we know what the 3 stands for, just dropped knowledge to let us know exactly what you're about to hear throughout today's broadcast. So I'm going to give you 30 seconds to tag 10 friends. Can you do that in 30 seconds? I think I can. Okay, go ahead. Tag 10 friends and invite them to hear today's broadcast. Now, how in the world? That was so quick. I only got 3 people tagged. Okay. But anyway, listen, go ahead and tag your friends and invite them to hear Right Reasons with the 3 in there. Everybody put a 3 in the comments because the 3 stands for so many things. Take us back, Right Reasons, to where it all began for you.
So for me, I feel like it started when I was 7 years old. I feel like before then, first of all, like me growing up, I knew my father, but I didn't really know him. I felt like I have 12 sisters and 3 brothers on my daddy's side. Or is it one brother? But it's so many we can't even keep up. But and that's we bounced around like from sibling to sibling, like growing up, or with my father just kind of bouncing around. So for me, it was kind of hard to always call any place a home. I don't really recall like Like I tell people I'm from New Orleans because I was born in New Orleans, but I'm raised mostly 80% of my life in Gulfport. But as far as before that, I can't tell you where I'm really from. I've been to California, I've been, to different other places, and I don't know.
What took you to all of those places? What made you go to all of those places?
No, it was just growing up bouncing around because I wasn't with my dad and I wasn't with my mom. And part of that reason was because my mom, she was mostly on drugs our whole life, and then my daddy, he was mostly an alcoholic, like most of our youth life. So it kind of had us bouncing around, with all of our siblings, which it was many to choose from. And some people had us at this time, some at this time. And to be honest with you, like every situation really wasn't a good one, a good living situation.
Right.
However, I feel like it started to calm down when I got around the age of 7. I think my daddy started really getting a little bit more relaxed when it came to drinking. He wasn't doing it as excessive. And then right at 7, when I feel like I get comfortable living at home with my father, that's when I meet my mom for the first time. I didn't even know this was my mom. And I feel like the first day I met her, we went to her apartment and just everything was off. It didn't feel right. Went over there, she immediately had this demanding type of spirit or whatever. And it was like, man, I want to go back home to my daddy. And my sister was like, she wanted to go back home. And that's when things just took a turn, like for the worse there. Just she wasn't having that. You're not gonna do this and say these type of things. You're gonna do what I say do. And it was crazy. And honestly, like after that, my life, I feel like it fast forwarded so much to the point I don't remember a lot of my childhood. I only remember, like for a long time, I've only remembered the worst things about my childhood. I don't have many pictures of myself as a child. I don't really remember having too much fun, was already getting bullied growing up because, just didn't look like everybody else. It didn't have what everybody else had. So just to fast forward, I literally felt like living with my mom that I was gonna die every single day. Like that's how I felt. When it got to a point to where I seen that my dad was trying to get us to like, I guess they were swapping turns with us. Like we'll go stay with my dad, we'll go stay with my mom. And just every time I just never like staying over there, but we had to because probably the way he worked or I don't know what's going on.
Right. You're a child, so you're just doing what you're told.
Right. And at the time, my dad is married at the time. So even with his wife at the time, she didn't agree with us going over there. And I thought that she was my mom. I don't know. Like I said, I'm a child, so I thought that she was my mom, the stepmom. And she just didn't agree with it, which caused them to split. And now it's like my dad is like, okay, I'm just gonna give y'all to y'all mom. So we end up going over there early as the age of 10 years old. It was my first time running away from home because I just decided I wasn't gonna do it anymore. I tried to get my sister to go with me, but she was always just the one that, she just gonna stick it out, and she's just not that type of social person. So I didn't know if I was gonna survive or not, but I felt like me dying in the streets would be way better than me dying at the hands of somebody that said that they loved me. So I packed the little clothes that I had and I ran away from home. This is where when I was talking about the prison thing earlier, this is where it stemmed from. And I'm not making excuses for me, like none of that. But as I ran away from home, that's when I first learned how to break into a car. Because it was the same day I ran away. The first time was the same day it started storming outside. So I seen somebody's RV. I break into it. I sleep in that, and I almost get shot. The guy who ever RV it belonged to saw me in there and pulled the gun out on me. But I ended up fighting him, and I ran away, and I ended up sleeping on the porches of abandoned homes, like that had bushes like in front of the counter to hide it, and just whatever situation. So the police, they finally get me or whatever. They let me off with a warning because I'm a child or whatever. They take me back to my mom, but I'm trying to explain to the police officer what's going on in these situations. I'm trying to get help. I'm trying to tell people what we got going on because I don't think people realize it's as serious as I'm screaming for help, which doesn't work because my mom was just like how I am in the community, as tough as I am. She was in the community tough as well. She fed the entire neighborhood Everybody knew her as an evangelist, a minister. She did things for the homeless. Like, she was big on doing things for the homeless in the community. And everybody just had a love for her where they trusted everything that she said. So it almost made it look like I was trying to play the victim. It didn't look like anything was really going on with me. It looked like everything I was saying, like I was trying to victimize a situation, and she would just make it seem like everything was on me. I ran away because I wanted to, because I didn't want to do what she told me to, which wasn't the case. So let me tell y'all what child abuse is. Child abuse is when you're being punished or chastised for something really for no reason, or it's not, or sometimes it's excessive force. Even when a child has done something, over chastising somebody for something. But in this situation, she would just kind of get mad at other people, or people would make her feel some type of way, and she would take the situation out on us, whether it was with wooden plunger sticks, metal shower curtain rods, whether it was with glass plates of the heel part of a high heel shoe, or whatever the case was. It's like she would not stop until she seen blood, or she seen and hopefully it's not like trigger for anybody out there. So hopefully with the title, you already knew was walking into, but I want to be as transparent as possible. For one, somebody's dealing with this. For two, somebody's experienced it. And I am going to get to how you can reverse childhood trauma.
Wait. Before you go any further here, because your story is more than what I could have actually envisioned. So even in preparing for this show and having you on as a guest, and I knew you kept saying you'll be very transparent, and I really appreciate that. My question is, you're dealing as a child with your mom, who you have to go and be. You have to be there because that's where your dad and your mom have agreed that you're going to be going back and forth for whatever the reason. And your personal experience, again, the views that are expressed here on the Kim Jacobs Show are the views of the guests that are experiencing their own personal experiences and coming on and sharing their stories. So I'm not judge or juror one way or the other. I'm just simply allowing a platform, because somebody that's watching today's episode, or somebody that you'll share it with in a watch party, may have experienced something similar to what this young man has gone through. Why did you decide to share this level of transparency, especially, like you say, your mom, evangelist, or all of the different hats that she wore and how well known she was in the community as well? Why are you taking this approach to share this to the world?
Because I feel like in the Black community that you hear people always laugh and brag about how they were beat. And I think that's like a sort of joke is so relatable in the Black community. And what we fail to realize is this is not being broadcasted enough. I don't think that it's being advertised enough. I don't think people talk about it enough. We dismiss it a lot, and then we're wondering why we're having troubles in relationships, or even in our jobs, or with our attitude, with depression, mental health. And we always skip things that happen to us at a young age. I feel like even with our self-esteem, we don't look at ourselves a certain way because of things that happen, and it's being brushed over. You may see it on Lifetime or different things like that, and this is no knock to any other thing any other violence, but child abuse is a real thing, and it's happening whether you're in the church, it's happening whether you're in the suburbs, it's happening. I don't care where you are, it's happening, but I don't see a lot of voices on it. I don't see a lot of people broadcasting it. And what made me really start sharing my testimony, and I know this may sound weird, I was in Jackson, Mississippi, the first year I got out of prison, and I seen this child walking up the street. He had no shirt on, he had no socks, no shoes on. And I told myself, I said, this looks familiar. I said, why does he look like me? His face looked like me. He looked like me. I said, and I'm not saying it because of the situation. He looked like a younger version of me, and I immediately caught it. When I was younger, my mama, like in certain situations, she used to make us take our shoes, our socks off, our shirt off, be like, well, this is my stuff, and used to make us run away from home. She used to make us leave the house, then call the police on us and say that we just wanted to leave because we were being rebellious. So when I looked at that child, I walked up to him. I said, man, come here. And he was walking with his head down. I said, come here, man. He didn't want to come to me, of course. I'm on the parking lot of the church because I did landscaping for the church. And when I got him to come over there, I said, where's your socks and shoes? Where's your shirt? And he couldn't even look me in my eyes. That's another sign. And you see it even with animals. If an animal has been abused, they can't look you dead in your eyes. They will look like this and kind of sideways look at you. And it's the same thing for humans. The same thing for kids. That child could not look me in my eye with a straight face. I said, I promise you, I can tell you your entire story. If not, I promise you, I can get very close to it. I told him what was going on. I took him to the store. I bought him some shoes. I bought him some socks. I bought him a shirt and a coat. It was cold outside. And I brought him back to church and I told my pastor what was going on. My pastor said, call his mom. I said, what? No. I said, we need to call the police. He said, call his mom. I called the mom, and the same facial expression my mama would make when the police got there was this evil, like this cynical type of grin that she knew what was going on. And all I could do was look at her in disgust. And I had business cards at the time. I'm trying to get this young man my business card. The mother snatches the card like, I'll make sure he get it. I knew that child would never get that business card. Later on in life, to fast forward years from that, because the police got there, but the police, of course, made him go back home with his mother. No, nothing, no anything, or no action taken. So years later, somebody calls me. I normally don't even answer calls that's not, if you know what I'm saying, if it's not on the call ID, I don't really answer it. But I answered this call, and this person was like, is this such and such? I was like, yeah. Like, it's them. Like, he knew me by my legal name. I'm like, nah, a lot of people don't know me by that. They even call me, right reason.
You call me your whole government name, right?
Jesus kid, D-Wade, like, somebody. He was like, is this Devin? This Devin Wade? I was like, yeah. He said, you probably don't remember me, but you gave my mama your business card a long time ago. And he said, I'm older now, and I got your contact information from the pastor that was at that church. And man, I just wanted to reach out to you and just say, man, I understand why I went through what I went through. And he said, man, what I don't understand is, like, why you though? And I told him, I shared my story with him. We actually linked up for lunch and all of that different stuff like that. And man, it was just good to hear his testimony. And I just furthermore encourage him to this day. I didn't want to share his name because that's not something that he would have wanted me to share. So, I still mentor and talk to him to this very day. But to know that I saved a life is the very reason why I get on here and broadcast it as much as I do, as transparent as I do. Because if I hold back, then somebody else, like the same thing, I'm standing up boldly with my head up, saying like, I've been through this, is the same thing that somebody has their head down trying to army crawl through trying to survive. So I can't hold back. I have to be transparent.
That's so good. That's so good that you're willing to be transparent, because it's going to change so many lives and it's going to help save so many lives. Listen, some of the signs that you can look for in childhood abuse are symptoms from withdrawal from friends or just their usual activities that they participate in. Changes in behavior such as aggression, anger, hostility, hyperactivity, changes in school performance, depression, anxiety, unusual fears. All of a sudden they're jumpy and concerned, sudden loss of self-confidence, and an apparent lack of supervision. These are frequent absences from school. These are some of the signs. And Shannon, let me know where you got those stats from as well, because I like to make sure I reference the source. But that's we're talking today with Right Reasons, with 3 in the name, because he has 3 reasons, 3 people that passed away: the Father, the Son, the Holy Ghost that he references as the 3 that's in Reasons. So listen, we have some studio audience members that are commenting today, and I'd like to get some of those comments pulled in and give you a chance to address any of them. We'll do this twice today on today's broadcast, but let's pop some of your questions on. Thank you so much, Paula, for sharing today's broadcast. We really appreciate it. Let's see who else is on. Good morning to you, Paula. And hey, if you all haven't subscribed to the Kim Jacobs Show, make sure you take a moment to do that right on our YouTube channel. The way to do it is just hit that subscribe button and then turn your notification bell to all, and you will be right here in the studio audience every weekday at 11 o'clock a.m. Let's see. Good morning, Nancy. My cousin Nancy has a show as well. Check her out on Nancy Parham. And this is my cousin. Glad to have you. Brenda says, good morning to you. Good morning to you. Amen to whatever you're sharing, your whole testimony. Dr. Yolanda Jerry, who has a new show, and I know she'll want to have you come on her show at some point, because she's talking specifically about trauma And that's what her whole show focuses on. She's a new author. Well, she did like a compilation of 30 different authors that's talking about their walk past hell. And they've been through hell and they've gotten to the other side. So her whole show, let me take a quick moment and give a plug that Dr. Yolanda Jerry is one of our graduates from our program. We offer the 4 and the 8 week masterclass. So if you want to start your own show from scratch, I do offer a program through KimJacobsConsulting.com, and I'll put that information up. But Dr. Yolanda Jerry just graduated last week, and she actually started her show. And it's awesome. Her show is called The Dr. Yolanda Jerry Show. It comes on Thursdays at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So definitely check it out. And let me see if I can find. Yeah, this is her graduation certificate. There you go, Dr. Yolanda Jerry. She's the host of the Dr. Yolanda Jerry Show. And her first guest was Pastor Frank Henderson. And they talked about the fact that nobody wanted me, how to overcome abandonment. And I thought it would be appropriate to show that today. I don't know this Thursday who her guest will be, but every week it's going to be someone new and fascinating. So Right Reasons. Let's see here. Who else is on? Lots of comments. Yes. Good morning. That's awesome. Oh my goodness. Yes, God. Get ready because my mentee has a story, a testimony to tell. You one of her mentees? Oh, I didn't know that. Why didn't y'all tell me that? You let me say all of that and didn't tell me you're a mentee of hers. All right. Okay, Frank Henderson. Yes, that's her Boaz, Andrea Belk. Let's go. Okay, share to 7 places. Okay. Lots of sharing going on. I'm going to skip through a lot of that, and I see a lot of 3s. Good morning. My mom said, "Hey, mommy, glad to have you on." Hello. Like most people that go through this, yes, it's very confusing. It's like all that you were going through, it sounds confusing.
Right.
Hard knock life as a kid. Yes, Alice, somebody's talking to you in the studio audience. He's been through a lot as a kid. Okay, so lots of comments that came in. We'll go back and Pastor Henderson said, woo. You can tell he's an amazing person. Oh, my Lord Jesus. Oh, Vaughn Griggs Laws says, oh, wow, this guy stopped in our clubhouse room last Saturday. I'm so glad that my workflow allowed me to tune in today. So you were in their clubhouse room.
Okay. Yeah, I remember the name now. I see that.
Wow. Great connections and great way that everything comes back full circle. Glad to have you on, Vaughn. All right, we're going to hear some more. Let's see. A lot of abuse is hidden behind ministry. This is called the elephant in the room. Yes, child abuse is happening. Okay, so lots of great comments coming in. I want to hear more of. Continue to share your story. Child abuse is real in these streets. I see you from Brooklyn, New York, June Griffin. Wow. Oh my goodness. So this is a lot. Johanna. Okay. Lots of comments coming in, everybody. Oh my God. Wow. And I'll get to some more of those comments. I don't want to not give you a chance to have your comments addressed. Better reception now. Okay. Somebody said better reception. Dr. Yolanda is awesome. Congratulations, Dr. Jerry, on your show. Thank you for the plug, Kim. I appreciate you. Wonderful work. Yes. All right. Okay. So we'll do another flash round, but we have to hear more from my special guest, Right Reasons, right after this commercial break. So today's episode, just so you all are aware, is sponsored by snowlegal.com. Snowlegal.com, they work with all different types of cases. They're willing to do a free consultation with you. So you can email them at info@snowlegal.com, or you can call them at 704-358-0026. Again, 704-358-0026. Let attorney Kenneth D. Snow help you, and let him know that the Kim Jacobs Show sent you his way. Let's learn more. And then right after this break, Right Reasons take us to where some things further changed for you as you continued on your journey. You ran away, you're 10, and you're out there on your own. They send you back with your mom. What happens next? So be prepared to talk to us about the next phase of your teenage years when we come back, okay?
I'm attorney Kenneth D. Snow, and at the Snow Legal Group, justice is our job.
For more than 20 years, Attorney Snow has been fighting for justice and winning cases in the Carolinas by providing aggressive representation in criminal defense, domestic violence, family law, serious injury, and wrongful death. If you've been injured or lost a loved one in an accident, including tractor trailer or rideshare, you need the Snow Legal Group by your side, fighting for justice and fighting for you. Visit snowlegal.com. Call 704-358-0026 for a free virtual consultation. Located at 6827 Fairview Road, Suite D in South Park.
All right, everyone, we're back with Right Reasons. Right Reasons, tell us some more about your journey.
Yeah, so just to further more into it, like I was telling you before, when the crime started, I started kind of getting a little bit more sneakier and started getting into it a little bit more, finding a way to survive, because I used to run away from home. The longest I ran away from home was a year and a half. So nobody knew where I was for a year and a half. I'm at this time I'm with the Gangster Disciples. I'm living like with a lot of the organization members, and I'm young, and I've done a lot of crazy things I shouldn't have done. I ended up robbing the Target store in Florida, and what they did was they, instead of staying there, they sent me back to Mississippi, because during Hurricane Katrina, I moved to West Palm Beach, Florida. That's where I got in a lot of trouble at. So I ended up coming back to Mississippi, where I didn't realize that I had 7 armed robbery charges, 2 burglary charges, an arson charge, and a murder charge waiting on me in Mississippi. I'm not knowing all of this. So, I get down here, and, they trying me for all of these different things. And it comes out like, and I want to, because I'm trying to fast forward through it. I've done a lot of things, but some of the accusations was, I know that Mississippi has a way of trying to put serious things on you to try to get you to be charged as an adult, then removing them, then trying to sentence you. And all they want here is a conviction. So I'm knowing all these things. Either way, whether it was me or not, going through the prison system at a young age, as soon as you turn 18, is one of the most destructive things to your mental health. I feel like that can happen. You don't know if you're going to live every single day. My first time I went to prison, I did a year and a half. And then I got home. I got back. I went back to prison for 2.5 years. Recently getting out 2016. And like I said, that's the process where I went through being a Christian, in the prison system. But however, before that, what changed my life and wanting me to really focus on doing more of the right things is, as an organization member, while I'm locked up, I realized that a lot of my family, whether it was people that said that they loved me or not, they were not supportive. Not to say supportive, but nobody had my back while I was locked up. I was in there basically just wanting to not be there, not be here living anymore, whatever. And it was a situation that happened where it's like God always puts me in positions of leadership. So even as an organization member, I became a leader over the gang in there. Even while I was there, it was like I was saving people, even though I wasn't saving souls at the time. It's like where I'm helping people that could have died at the hands of somebody else. I snatch them and mentor them, and I teach them to do the right thing. So in organizations, instead of, they normally beat the brothers up if they do something wrong. Me, I used to make them go read the book of Proverbs, go read Psalms. And there was just something that was embedded in me, because I feel like instead of punishing you, why don't I give you wisdom? I give you wisdom in exchange for that. And
this was in the gang? This is when you were in the gang?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So I've always been like the leader that's seen things different. I would just tell them, don't get up out the bed, stay on bed rest for 48 hours. And the only time you get up is to go eat or go, shower, use the bathroom, but read the Bible. And I want to know what you felt about it when you came back. So I love to give people the wisdom in exchange for like a punishment, because a lot of people don't think reading the Bible is cool or whatever. But anyway, I just noticed that God was showing me that I saved lives. And there was one situation that happened where I saw somebody like die, and it was at, what I'm saying? Like at the hands of wicked people. And that's when the scales fell from my eyes, and I woke up and said, bro, like, what are you doing? Like in reverse mode, just even being a part of something, even your silence is consent. even you not doing something about something is you saying, I agree to it. And that's when God was like, the same Bible you giving other people is the same one that you're not reading. The same things that you're trying to tell people to do is the same things that you're not living up to. So I was like, bruh, whether it's cool or not, I had to get to a position where it was like, I don't want that to happen to anybody. So I need to make sure that I first heal myself. Number two, I had to research more about who I was because I didn't know who I was. I never felt like, even with my self-esteem, I felt like I always saw potential in other people, but never saw it in myself. And I knew that that was a result. That was the roots of the child abuse, child abandonment, emotional neglect. I knew that it was because I never felt love growing up. When I got out of prison and my pastor and different mentors were trying to love me, I backed away from them because I was too scared to go through abuse again. I was too scared to even, and especially male mentors. I had an issue with men trying to tell me what to do when just any type of authority figures.
Right.
So I tell people, whenever you go through different things and like childhood trauma, you see things like you may be trying to offer me something, but I don't see it as you offering it to me. I see you as you giving me gum. You could be a good gesture, but I'm looking at it like, what you trying to say? My breath stink? I'm taking everything as something negative instead of something good. So when people are trying to love me, I look at it as, okay, you only trying to love me to get close to me to eventually hurt me. I see where you're going with this. It turns into overthinking. Now I know that people are only wanting to book me for events because I'm talented and that'll make their views go up, or they'll get more offering, or people will want to see what they got going on. And I had to snap out of that mindset. But I realized as much as I didn't trust people, I had to find people that I had to learn how to trust so that they can love me the correct way.
Wow. Well, I'm so glad that you trusted the Kim Jacobs Show to be able to have an opportunity to share your story, because I didn't even know your story, and I'm very honored to have you on here today. And this is a story that needs to be told nationwide, worldwide. It has to be something that outside of just this platform, that every platform gets hold of it. Like my grandma said, let's get hope to it. You know, I mean, they need to get hope to this story right here. Okay. Because this right here is some good stuff. Let me ask you, it's good, but it's bad. So it's like, it's good that you're so good that God is blessing you to be able to salt the earth and to be able to help other people that may experience the level of trauma that you've experienced, and you've overcome it to the point where you're now a living testimony about it. So let me ask you, how did you get released? Because you have to get released from the gang to the point where they let you live and tell your story.
Right. So I've been a part of the organization since 2006. That's when I first got initiated into the organization. My leaving of the organization was actually in 2000. It was 2015, October 2015. Honest to God, truth is, I knew everything about the organization. I pledged my loyalty to it. I could break it down in so much. I'm talking about it to the point where people are like, man, I ain't know all that was involved in it. But it was a situation where my baby sister had passed away while I was locked up in prison. And I did not get an opportunity to go to the funeral because of my relationship with my mom. My sister passed away in the state that I was in, so I could have went to the funeral. But what she did was she had the body sent to where she was in Arkansas. And of course, prison don't allow you to state to different state transfer just to go to a funeral. So I wasn't allowed to go. While I was there, I had a dream. And that's one of my spiritual gifts is interpreting dreams. So I know that the only way sometimes that God can really talk to me or to get my attention is to give me a dream. I don't have dreams any other times except when he's speaking to me. I had a dream that my baby sister, she came to me. This was like the day after she passed. And she was saying, like, don't do it. That's all she kept saying was don't do it. But she was walking through a crowd of people whose faces I knew to be, they wasn't people that I knew, but in my dream, I knew that they were Gangster Disciples. I knew that they were the organization members. And as she was walking through the crowd, they started parting like this. They were opening up the pathway as she was going through. And I was at the end of it in all white. So as I get there, she just kept saying, no, don't do it. Like, don't do it anymore. Don't do it anymore. She started beating her hands into my chest. Don't do it anymore. When I woke up, that's when I immediately told them, I was like, listen, I said, I don't know what y'all got to do. Because at this point, I really didn't even care about, it didn't matter to me what happened anymore. I lost my baby sister. Just all these different things going on. And I didn't even know I was set to be released 3 months after this. I did not know this. So I knew that this was a decision that God wanted me to make too. And this is what I told him. I said, I can't do this anymore. I said, I can't function correctly. I can't do it. And this is what they said. They said, well, you know what will come with that, right? As a ranking member, it's to leave an organization as a ranking member is different than being like a foot soldier. It's you know what I'm saying? It's easier to leave as a foot soldier, but as a ranking member, because you know so much about the organization,
right?
It's punishable by death. So what they do in exchange for that is they look at it a lot of different ways. You can leave the organization if it's a situation where it's like because you are trying to be a family man and you have to take care of your family, you can't be a functionable member. Or number two, if you're disabled to the point to where you can't be a functioning member, as far as somebody being laced or something like that, or just you can't help this organization at all.
Right.
Or you can die, or it's a situation where it's like they almost beat you to death. So this is what I said. I said, I'm ready to do it. They put the paperwork in, it came back. And what they were saying was, man, this is what we're going to do for you, man. Like the loyalty that you gave to this organization, you know what I'm saying? It's not going to be anything, but we have to do what we have to do. And everybody loved me. So they was like, man, before all of this take place, we want you to, you know, continue to do what you're doing, man. Be the man that you are, because you've helped us in our lives so much, but you got to go out there and you got to go bless other people's lives. Now, I still took my punishment because I told him I don't want to have respective persons because I want to be an example when I get out. In exchange, I stood in a circle of 36 organization members and I took my beating as a man. I took my beating as a man of 36 organization members. But I told them on one condition, and when I do this, I don't want to see any of my family members' names. And I say specific names that I did not want to see come up on the roster or to be initiated in this organization. And they honored that. So far, they've honored that. I took my beating as a man. I came home and I started doing everything right to this day. I haven't, this is hard for a lot of people. I paid my dues from probation since 2016. Never failed a drug test. I haven't done anything knowingly and feloniously. And I'm still rocking with the Lord, and I'm still doing everything for the right reason. And I said that I will continue to impact my community. The same community I destroyed is the same community I said I will work hard to rebuild. So when people keep telling me you should move to Atlanta, you should move here, I said, but that I didn't destroy those communities. I destroyed Mississippi. I said, that's what I will be working to rebuild. And no matter how many times I left, God always brought me back.
You're going to tear me down like this on my show, young man. Right reasons with the 3. Wow. Wow. So what, are you giving me a snack break? You giving me a cry break? You gonna pull out your snacks like I'm watching a whole movie? That's wrong. That ain't right there. I'm trying to laugh and cry at the same time.
That's what it takes.
You're beating like a man, and you're living to tell your story. Listen, everybody. Today we're talking with Right Reasons, and he's sharing his story. I want you to follow him on Facebook. Right Reasons is his Facebook name as well. YouTube. You can subscribe to his YouTube channel, Right Reasons. And it's spelled reasons, REASONS. I just put the 3 because the 3 is significant as well. Cash App is $WRITE way, $1 Right Way. So you put the $, the number 1, and then WRITE Way. His Venmo is here as well as his PayPal. And if you want to support him and his ministry, which is a powerful ministry of restoration and overcoming some childhood traumatic experiences that have brought him to where he is today, to be able to live through gangster initiations and release, prison, you name it, it's happened to Right Reasons. And I'm honored that he's here to tell his story today. Yeah, wow. Okay. You got me over here. What else? Oh my gosh, I've never been speechless. I'm not a speechless person. But you're here for a purpose, Right Reasons. And what do you feel that purpose is? What do you think that you're called to this earth to accomplish?
It's going to sound crazy, but I feel like I'm here to, at first, and just everything, I feel like I'm here to be a living testimony that you have no excuses. I feel like whatever your purpose is in life, I feel like you can still do that and go through what you're going through. I'm here to show that life is balanced. I'm here to show that God has no respect of persons. I'm here to show that even through everything I've been through, that even for people that have been through the prison system, that you can get out and change your life if you change other things around you and change your habits. I'm here to show that, to be an inspiration to a lot of people, even in the creative arts area, which I just dropped the album like 2 weeks ago. And it sold over 1,500 copies in less than a week. So
it's gonna sell some more today. So you're gonna get some more sales today. You are. I'm surprised that technically you aren't my child, because we have some very strong similarities, and I connect with you very well. I think some of the exact same things that you're saying when it comes to women in particular. I have a very strong passion to help women understand that the circumstances and the situations that we go through in life, no matter how bad they look, no matter how overbearing they look, no matter how, whether it's by choice or by force, there are some things that we experience that it's got to be told. It's something that is what God gave us in this journey for whatever the reason, that somebody else is going to be blessed by it, because he allowed it to happen to me or to happen to you, in your case, Right Reasons. And if we don't help somebody else through the process or the journey to say that you can get through this, you can overcome, and you can still make it, and you can still be all that God created you to be, then it is really shame on me. I can only say for myself. And there are so many times that I'm afraid, or I've been nervous about speaking up about some things, but you're inspiring me. That's what I'll say. You're inspiring me even further. Yeah. Okay, let's keep it moving here on the Kim Jacobs Show. So I don't turn this into a whole counseling session, but let's see. Failure is not an option. That's right. Amen. Let's see. Somebody else said, purpose for the right reasons. Yes, God does not make any mistakes. You are an example as to what God will do when you submit to his will. Yes, no excuses, just opportunities. Courtney says, yes, preach. Pull it together, Kim. You got this. Yeah, I'm trying. I'm trying. Look at God. I can't even see, my vision blurred now. That's why I'm leaning in. What a powerful young man. Let me put my glasses on for a second. I can't see nothing. I don't know what's going on. My stuff. Okay, God's got a powerful plan for your life, Right Reasons. Yes, my God, soldier of the Lord. Yes, please, everybody, hashtag this. Hashtag Right Reasons with the 3 in there, because we know that 3 is significant. Right Reasons. And Courtney, my brother, is saying hello to everyone. This is a powerful God. Bless God for your commitment and your integrity. Tell us what is your relationship with at this point with your parents?
My father actually just passed away. Was that 20? Was it last year? I believe he passed away last year. February 25th, he passed away. And then my mother is still in Arkansas. We actually We talk off and on, me and my mother, but it's not where it is. But I want that to be my testimony that when it's all said and done, that I rebuilt a relationship with her, because that will only make like his power just even more visible to people, because a lot of people know what I've been through, but I don't want to continue to sound like a victim. I'm definitely looking for restoration in that relationship, but I'm taking it slow.
Wow. I am so glad to hear you say that. People are saying that, may God continue to bless you more abundantly. And actually, Word on the Street, which is another show, you definitely go back and check out my Facebook comments of all of the guests as well, because she invited you to be a guest on her show as well. And there are some other graduates that I have that have graduated from my 4 and 8 week masterclass program. They have shows as well. Pastor Angeline and Pastor Perry Hill, they have a show called Sip and Chat with Angeline, and you can check them out. I'm sure they would love to hear your story on their show as well. They graduated from my program. And then also Nikki George has the Eyewitness Show, which is talking about things that we've witnessed in life. You've witnessed some things, I've witnessed some things, and it's called the Eyewitness Show. So there are quite a few shows out here for you to get your story out through those platforms. What do you want people today to walk away knowing? What is your words of encouragement and inspiration for people that have experienced this level of trauma that they couldn't get away from hardly because they were dealing with it with their parents? And every time the police got involved, they send them back to the parent because the parent looks like they're in their right mind, right? The parent looks sane. So they keep getting pushed right back into the same environment. What's your thoughts?
I wrote a few down, but I actually wrote 3 reasons. Tell
us those 3 reasons.
3 reasons I feel like you can reverse childhood trauma, or just 3 bullet notes. And for one, what I want to say is you have to acknowledge the trauma for what it is. Stop being in denial. Stop running away from it, because every time you run away from it, you just going to open up another door and another door and another door, and eventually you'll just get lost in it. So just acknowledge it for what it is. Number 2, we have to reclaim that control back. You have to get back control over you, because only you can react for you. Nobody else can do that for you. So when you get to the point where it's like you really feel like I'm looking at things like this way, you got to do what I did, which is go get mentors, which is shout out to Dr. Jerry. And then I just added the mentor Frank Henderson, and then I have LaRon Lewis. It's just many people that's in my life that I trust. I had to learn how to build trust so that they can help me reclaim that, or they can help me be accountable, or they can stay on me whenever I'm being consistent. And not just that, mentors are just not for when you're doing wrong. They even like they're showing up, they're supporting me while I'm here. They support me, in everything that I do. But one thing that they won't do is they won't continue to allow me to do things or let me fall off. And that's why mentors are important. So you have to find those. Another thing, and I want to say this because I may say her name wrong. Is it Ashara or I think it's Ashara for Catalyst Counseling Service out here where I'm from. But either way, whoever you go out to, reach out to a mental health specialist as well. Make sure that you reach out to somebody that can help you, because your pain and your hurt may be deeper than what you think that you can control on your own. So it's good to do all of these things. I'm saying reclaiming it yourself and acknowledging it, but there's people that specialize in getting to the root of it and giving you activities that help you bounce back from that situation. And once you get away from that situation, keep running at your pace, not running from, but running to your purpose, running to your destiny, running to self-love. Keep running.
Wow. So let me capture that again right now. Thank you, Pastor Frank Henderson, too, for typing this. Number 1 is acknowledge the trauma.
Number 2 is reclaim control. And number 3 is seek support and don't isolate yourself.
Seek support and don't isolate. I like this one here. He says, keep running at your pace to your purpose, right? At your pace to your purpose, right? Wow. This is some good stuff that you're sharing. Listen, everyone, make sure you stay connected with Right Reasons. His Instagram is at Right with the 3 reasons and right reasons on Facebook. You also can stay connected with him by subscribing to his YouTube channel at Right Reasons. And then his Cash App is $WRITE Way for those that are podcast listeners. He has Venmo and he also has PayPal. All right, so make sure you stay connected. Yes, run to the hills from which cometh your help. Yes, your health in that case, right? Health, everything. All right. Woo, okay, this has been some good stuff right here. So what else? Let me take a quick commercial break because I got to do that too a couple of times here. It's like, wait, I don't get all into everything that's happening. Listen, attorney Charles Everidge and Hunter Everidge Law Firm, they focus on Social Security disability. They focus on wrongful death suits. They focus on workers' compensation. You name it. They're in the Charlotte and in the Richmond, North Carolina. They're in the Charlotte, North Carolina area and in the Richmond, Virginia area. Definitely reach out to them and let them know that the Kim Jacobs Show sent you their way. Their phone number is 704-377-9157. Again, 704-377-9157. You can also reach them on Facebook and just put in Hunter Everidge and Everidge, the and sign, and share your story with them or your claim with them right there on an inbox, and they will definitely respond back to you. Let them know that the Kim Jacobs Show sent you their way. All right. So once we come back, I want to hear from you, Right Reasons. I hear that you are part of doing some spoken word and some different things like that. So I want you to drop something for us. Is that possible? Everybody that want to hear Right Reasons do some spoken word before we disconnect, put a 3 in the comments. Say, bring it, Right Reasons, bring it. Let me see what happens. And we might not even do it if they don't put some stuff in the comments, right? We'll see. All right, everybody, listen, we'll be right back after this commercial break.
I'm attorney Charles Everidge. I started out representing insurance companies until my father was seriously injured at work. 4 of his fingers were amputated. Our family went through a lot, so I know what you're going through as an injured worker. If you've been hurt on the job, call me now. I'll fight to get the workers' comp benefits you may deserve. I'll fight for you like family. Put my experience to work for you. Call 704-457-5000, the first call for injured workers.
All right, everyone, we are back with Right Reasons. Let's see if anybody comment and say they want to hear some spoken word. Let's see if we got some participants here in the house. Let's see. Let me go to some of these audience comments. All right. Okay. Yeah. So people want to know what's going on. All right. Yes. 3. Bring it. Yes. Bring it to the right or 3 reasons. I didn't even put my own bring it. Let's see. Bring it.
Instigators.
Huh?
Some instigators.
Yeah, so let's see. Bring it, Right Reasons. All right, so we're going to go ahead since everybody want to hear what you made of over there. Before you close with the spoken word, is there any final point that you'd like to make that you say, I really want people to hear this today on this broadcast?
If it's anything, I really just want to say, I don't know, I really just want to say, be patient with yourself. I feel like that's like, I know I said about pacing and patient. I feel like it's just 2 different things. Just know that you're going to make mistakes along the way. And that's okay. Because had I not made mistakes or had I not been through certain things, I would have nothing to share to impact the world. So life needs balance. It has to rain and it has to be sunny. It has to be cold and it has to be hot. And one without the other, we don't survive some sort of way.
That's good. That's good. So there's a season for everything in our lives. And I often tell people that we have some that are more extreme than others. And today, the gentleman, Right Reasons, came on here and shared some of his extreme seasons, but only in a hope to be able to inspire other people to know that you can make it through very treacherous times. So glad to have you on today as our special guest. And I would like for you to go ahead and share the spoken word. Let me put you over here front. Let me put you over here and put you in the front and center. And go ahead. Let's see.
You have no idea what my life was like. Now, see, that's why I'm this different dude. Yo, I was trying to prevent my mother from killing me, literally, while you enjoyed the liberty of watching cartoons. I'm gonna just talk to him. I was a homeless 10-year-old. I wasn't focused on finishing school. No, I was more concerned with finding shelter because I left home with no shirt on my back. It was 30 degrees outside, not to mention I was breaking in houses just to look for food. So you want to know what my childhood was like? Well, I didn't have one, but since you got a minute to spare, let's have a chat. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever joined a game because you craved a family and you knew they'll make sure you had a place to sleep at? Have you ever been jumped by grown men as a teenager, clothes hang, but knew you couldn't get folded like laundromats? What about accused of the unthinkable like murder or beat upside the head with pots and pans? Have you ever lived with somebody that said, baby, I love you, I got you, but you standing in a puddle of your own blood and you got to question your own lifespan? You ever being spirits choked, bash in the face, struggling to breathe, hard rice on tile floor, and on top of that, you got to get on your knees? You don't think that was abuse? Parents, I wish you understood the scars you can leave on a child. Wow, she was coaching me every day before school saying, you better say that you got jumped in these streets, and you better change that face to a smile. It wasn't one day of living in that household that I actually thought I survived, but February 28th, I remember, I turned 25. Now, pastors in the building, I know the Bible says chasing me, but it never said chasing me with knives. Backstabber. Now, please note, I'm not saying this to get attention. No, I just want to talk to you because a lot of us, we get mad and we beat on our children because they double you. Not knowing that the enemy wants division. This is very true. His desire is to put an anger in his heart that he can double use. And therefore, Satan said, yeah, I got your seed. Yeah, he going to be mine now. He going to work for me. And I'll be taking the W. Right reasons.
All right, yeah. Wow. Wow. Oh, wow. That's the.
And to hear that full story, it is on my album. It's the last track. It's called The End. And to hear my full testimony in more detail, it's a song called Don't Know on the album. The album name is called Right on Time. It's on all streaming platforms. It's even on my YouTube channel. So,
Right on Time, like R-I.
Like WRITE, Right on Time. Like, you know, my name, Right on Time.
Right on Time is
an
album.
My name, Right Reasons. It's on Apple Music. It's on Google Play. It's on YouTube Music. It's on YouTube on my channel. So search any one of those platforms. It's on Amazon Music. It's everywhere. It's everywhere.
Wow.
Just search my name, Right Reasons, and you'll see it on there.
Okay. Oh, here. Shannon, I see you. Do you want me to pull you in? Or okay, what am I doing? Okay, I see you putting something up. And let me also tell you guys, I see you, but I don't know what you're saying, Shannon, backstage. But let me put this up. I see that we have this number as well to report child abuse, because that is critically important. If you know that you see and witness child abuse, report it. 877-237-0004. 877-237-0004. You could be saving a child's life. So please, yes, this has got to be shared, Carla. I agree. This has to be shared. And Carla has a story to tell. She went through teenage human trafficking as a teenager. So she has a story to share as well. And she did share her story here on the Kim Jacobs Show as well. Wow. Okay. Oh, okay. It's on Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube. That's what Shannon is showing. She just found it. All of these different outlets. If you want to get a copy, which I encourage you strongly to support this young man's ministry, go to Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, and get a copy of Right on Time by Right Reasons. His album is on all of those music platforms. If you want to support him again financially and be a blessing to his ministry, and it is a ministry, then definitely go to, let me put that back up again, because you want to have ways that you support people that are out here striving to do great things. He's on Instagram at Right Reasons, Right 3 Reasons. He's on Facebook. He also has Cash App, which is $WRITE Way. He also has Venmo, which is Right Reasons, and PayPal as well. Please go and support him and his journey and his ministry so that he can continue to have more right reasons to share with all of us, okay? All right, thank you so much, Right Reasons, for being here on the Kim Jacobs Show. Your story blessed every viewer, and it's going to bless so many more because they'll continue to share it. What's next for you, right quick?
I'm accepting all bookings for whether it's through churches, whether it's any youth events. I'm trying to get back into the juvenile detention centers, any schools and different things like that. My next event I have is called Guns Down, Word Up, which I'm finalizing now, where we're dealing with gun violence and different things down here. And you know, I ain't tell nobody yet, but now I guess I'll say it now. Since the audience is here, I am almost done writing my book. I have not told anybody about it because I wanted to give up a few times, but I am writing a book, and it's going to be dealing with validation, feeling the need to be validated by many people. So that's coming up.
Oh, man. Thank you so much for stopping by today and spending this hour with me, Kim Jacobs, here on the Kim Jacobs Show. Thank you, Dr. Yolanda Jerry, for mentoring this young man, and Pastor Frank Henderson. We really appreciate you all. Thank you, Shannon, for the great recommendation of this guest. And for everyone that tuned in today, thank you for being a very important part of the studio audience. Oh, yeah. Okay. Carla said, I will be supporting. Yes. Yes. People are going to support you. Keep going, Right Reasons. Everybody's just sending you mad love because people want you to be all that God purposed you to be.
See all the comments because I am going to go back and respond to them all, kind of, all of them. It's a thousand.
Excellent. I'm so happy. I hate to even end, but I have to end the broadcast. Listen, if you guys like these kind of shows, support the Kim Jacobs Show. I've had it scrolling throughout down there to let you know ways that you can support and keep the show thriving. Every day we bring on a wonderful guest to come here on the Kim Jacobs Show. And it's some incredible guests that pop through here that share some great information. We have tomorrow, we're going to have a situation where they're talking about, let me put this up right quick, and then we're going to get ready to end. But tomorrow, our guest is going to be talking about what you should do before someone passes away. It's very important that we know exactly what to do prior to one of our loved ones or our friends or our family members passing away. So our guest tomorrow is going to be talking about estate planning, 11 things to do before you die, not waiting until after you pass away and then now everything's in shambles. But what are some things to do before you die? That's going to be tomorrow at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So be sure to tune in for that. And I am so grateful that you all were here today in the studio audience. Right Reasons. I think something glitched out on his end, but that's fine. He's already dropped all the knowledge he needs to drop. So I'm so grateful. I see you popping back in. I'll pull you back up. Okay. All right. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and disconnect. Thank you for being my guest today. You are amazing.
Yes, ma'am.
Amazing. All right, everybody. That's today's show. Have a great rest of your day. And I'll see you tomorrow at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on the Kim Jacobs Show. All right. Hello, everyone. I'm Kim Jacobs, host of the Kim Jacobs Show, where we're bringing balance to the world, one household at a time. Listen, we go live every weekday, Monday through Friday at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I bring guests on that talk about their backstories, things that they've had to overcome to become who they are today. Many of them are balancing and juggling life, and they've become experts in different fields. So they're sharing tips with you to make your life just a little bit easier. Many times as a guest in the studio audience, you'll get a chance to walk away with a missing piece of the puzzle that might be missing in your life. Let's go on this journey together, and I look forward to seeing you Monday through Friday at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on the Kim Jacobs Show.